Hello students, we were doing the chapter Bringing Up Curry in our online classes, and we had done uh, the first two parts of the chapter. Now we see in this part that how Curry is a very fast learner, and you know very well that Curry is an elephant, a baby elephant. And as a baby, as a human being, he is also very sharp and he can learn very fast. And there are various kind of signals and signs that are actually taught to an elephant. And how does the keeper teaches all these kind of signs and how he learns and what is the most difficult sign that he learns in around 5 years, that also we are going to discuss now in this part of the chapter. Let us begin with it. An elephant must be taught when to sit down. Now, we had already seen that Curry used to eat a lot of twigs and how much he ate and how in the forest he used to take and how he used to give him a bath. Then later we have seen that how Curry helped the small boy from drowning. And then we have seen the third episode where we have seen that Curry stole all the bananas and then later he was scolded. Now we see that how an elephant normally is taught to sit down, when to walk, when to go fast, and when to go slow. You know, that because all these keepers are always living and guiding and training them, because elephants as dogs are also to be trained. So what are the different ways, what are the different signals, what are the different words and instructions that are given to an elephant? Let us see. So to sit, to stand, to walk fast, and to go slow. You teach him these things as you teach a child. You need patience. You need to teach them, and it will take time. It is not that on the very first day you say that this is the word, and as soon as I say this, you do this. No. An animal is also like a small child, and it takes time for him to understand something, to follow something, and to learn something. So here as a child, if you say dhat, remember the first word is dhat and pull him by the ear. So the first thing is you will say dhat, and the second gesture or action is you pull his ear. What does this mean? He will gradually learn to sit down. That means dhat, and pulling the ear means please sit down, and then the elephant will sit down. Obviously you don't have to say please as in case of human beings. Similarly, if you say Mali, it is very strange to us, but if you say Mali and pull his trunk forward, now this time it is not the ear, but it is the trunk which is pulled. So Mali and pull his trunk forward, he will gradually learn that it is a signal to walk. Okay, pulling the nose or the trunk means walk ahead, come and walk ahead. This is the instruction. Curry learnt Mali after 3 lessons. So when 3 times he was taught this, he learnt this instruction Mali and he would walk. But it took him 3 weeks to learn Dhat, because Dhat means sitting down. So learning to walk is an easy gesture, but sit down is a little difficult to understand. So that took 3 weeks. He was no good at sitting down. That means he disliked sitting down. He did not easily sit down. And do you know why an elephant should be taught to sit down? Now, some technical reason is also being given. There is some reason behind this also, that why is it essential to teach an elephant to sit down? Because how will you sit on an elephant? Why will human beings sit? How will human beings sit on an elephant? So, because he grows taller and taller than you, who take care of him. how will you give him a bath, or how will you arrange there are some stands, etc., where you are all tying over the elephant, and then you sit over that. And so all those structures and taking care of the elephant, everything requires approach. And how will you get an easy approach? Because you can just touch the legs. How can you touch the back and the whole body? That is not possible. So an elephant is taught to sit down, so it becomes easy for human beings to train them, to guide them, and for various other purposes, sitting, etc., also. So that when he is 2 or 3 years old, that when he grows up, you don't grow as much as an elephant. So when an elephant is just 2 or 3 years old also, he is very tall, and you cannot then touch the back of an elephant. And in that case, that if the elephant is taught to sit, it becomes easier for you to handle him. So this is the reason that is given. Furthermore, what has been given? You can only reach his back with a ladder. Only at this age of 2 or 3 years. Imagine a human child of 2 or 3 years, and now come to an elephant of 2 or 3 years of age. This is you cannot reach his back. You just require a ladder. Ladder, na, जो सीढ़ी होती है, that is required to climb it. It is therefore better to teach him to sit down by seeing Tat. So it is actually a human comfort that it is easy for you to sit, so that you can climb upon his back. For means because who would want to carry a ladder around all the time? Will you always carry a ladder? Even if you have already climbed, how will you come down? Will you jump from there? You will get a fracture then. So you have to teach an elephant to sit down so that you can climb up on the back and you can come down also. So this is for human benefit especially. The most difficult thing to teach an elephant is the master call. Now we come to an important instruction, and this is actually called the master call, the main call. He generally takes 5 years to learn it properly, and it is a very difficult set of instructions, and it takes around 5 years for an elephant to learn it properly. The master call is a strange hissing, howling sound. Hissing, na? The snakes are hissing. So that kind of hissing sound, and howling, how the fox, etc., howl, how the dogs howl. So this howling sound is different from hissing the sound. And these two are a combination of hissing plus howling that the keeper creates, as if a snake and a tiger were fighting with each other. And to make you imagine what kind of a sound it is a sound that is similar to a snake sound and a tiger sound when they are fighting with each other. So the kind of sound that they both create, it's a mixture of, or a combination of that sound. And you have to make that kind of noise in his ear so that he understands what is to be done. And do you know what you expect an elephant to do? And then, if you have if you have produced that hissing, howling sound in the ear of the elephant, then what is to be done? Then, when you give him the master call, if you are lost in the jungle, so and you do not, and do you know what you expect an elephant to do when you give him the master call? If you are lost in the jungle, actually, this is given when you are lost in the jungle, you don't find any way out. There is no road, there is no we can say a narrow passage that is there. So there is no we can say that divergence of roads or no pathway that is found in the jungle, where to go and how to get out of the jungle, because jungles are or forests are very very big, and once you are lost you may die also there, if die of hunger, die of lack of food and water. So when you it is the question of your life and death, and when you are stuck in the jungle and there is no way out and everything is black and it is night, you can't see the way, nothing is seen here except the stars above, you dare not stay very long anywhere, and it is always very dangerous to stay in the jungle, especially during the night, and there is no way out. So the only thing to do then is to give the master call. Now, because this is the question of life and death. So what is done at this time? You give a master call, you create this sound in the ear of an elephant. And what is the reaction? How does he react? Then the only thing to do is to give the master call, and once the elephant pulls down the tree in front of him with his trunk. And now what does the elephant do? It starts pulling down all the trees in front of him, actually to make a path to come out of the jungle. So it creates a path by pulling down the trees. So the only thing to do this is to give the master call, and at once the elephant pulls down the tree in front of him with his trunk. Obviously the elephant does this with the trunk. This frightens all the animals away. And when the elephant is doing this, one good thing is that a passage way is created, a pathway is created, and on the other hand, all the other animals are very much frightened, and they would not attack you and they will not kill you at all. As the tree comes crashing down, obviously it is a crashing sound that is heard when the tree is pulled down, monkeys wake up. And it is normally the monkeys who wake up from their sleep and run from branch to branch. And in that sudden panic, they are jumping from one branch to another. This is the reaction of the other animals in the jungle at this time. The monkeys especially react a lot, or they are the first ones to react. They jump from branch to branch. Then, can you see in this picture, as the elephant is pulling down the tree, the monkeys are jumping. So they are all scared. Animals are all scared. So you and your elephant both will be saved. Your life can be saved from these wild animals, especially. You can see in the moonlight, and you can almost see the stags running in all directions below. So yes, when the elephant is pulling down the tree, the first thing is that a passage is created. Second thing is that monkeys start jumping from one tree to the other. And then in this moonlight, you can also almost see the stags. So stags are deer running in all directions below. They are also very scared and they are running here and there. You can hear the growl of the tiger in the distance. And yes, even a tiger can be heard growling, but it is scared, because such kind of a gesture of the tiger scares the, of the, such kind of a gesture of the elephant actually scares the tiger also. And it is growling at a distance, but it will not try to come to you and hurt you. Even he is frightened. And why is he growling? He is growling. Growling means, normally we are using roaring for a tiger, but growl is also a sound. It is an onomatopoeic word, a sound word, which is used for many animals. So he is also actually very much frightened. Then the elephant pulls down the next tree and the next. Obviously, for creating a passage, you have to pull down many trees. So one after the other, he just pulls out down the trees and creates a way out. Soon you will find that he has made a road or a pathway in the jungle, right through the jungle, straight to your house. Or we can say just to come out of the jungle. And then finally, you know that if there is any path or any other thing leading, then you can go there and you can follow. Or suppose it is entire jungle and then your house, then obviously a way to your house. So in this way, this is also an important instruction, especially for the elephants who are residing near the jungles and who happen to always visit the jungle and who may get lost in the jungle. And obviously this is a survival trick that you need to survive. How would you survive? You have to come out of the jungle at this time of the night. You need food, water, and safety in your life, especially the human beings. And this is also a way to save the life of human being or the keeper here. So here we come to the end of this chapter. This chapter is actually written by Dhan Gopal Mukherjee, and this chapter has been taken from Curry the Elephant. This is the name of the book. I hope that you would have understood this chapter very well. I would like you to read this chapter once thoroughly, nicely, find the meanings, understand them, and then find the answers or frame the answers. Make it a habit, please. Frame the answers. Thank you.